Engineer Daniel Rourke had never imagined that his quiet assignment on the edge of Federation-controlled space would change the course of history. He was a maintenance specialist, not a soldier. His skills were in recalibrating plasma conduits, rerouting damaged circuitry, and keeping ships from falling apart. War stories belonged to others, the soldiers, the pilots, the legends who made their names in the chaos of conflict. And yet, destiny had other plans. The station he served on, Outpost Helios 7, orbited a dying red star in a forgotten sector. It wasn't glamorous duty, but Daniel liked the solitude. He had his routines: check the fusion reactors, patch comm relays, clean the life support filters. His fellow crew members were mostly scientists or low-ranking officers passing through. Nothing extraordinary. That was, until the day the derelict vessel appeared. A battered ship, hull scarred from energy blasts, limped into the station's perimeter. Its transponder was silent, its engine sputtering. Docking crews scrambled, and Daniel found himself drafted into the emergency repair team. The ship's architecture was unlike anything he had seen. Sleek, curved lines of alien origin, not Federation design. When the hatch cycled open, the crew gasped. Out stepped a woman taller than most humans. Her posture regal even though her armor was dented and scorched. Her eyes glowed faintly, silver with specks of violet, and her presence seemed to command silence. "I require assistance," she said in accented standard. "My ship cannot fly. I must complete my mission." Daniel expected the officers to take over, but instead, somehow, she looked directly at him. "Engineer. Can you repair it?" His throat went dry. I'll need to see the damage." Her nod was curt, warrior-like. She carried herself as if she had faced death 1,000 times. Daniel assumed she was some alien soldier, lost or wounded, clinging to survival. And though fear whispered at him, he stepped forward. After all, he was an engineer. Repairs were his duty. He never guessed who she truly was. The middle. Inside the alien vessel, Daniel felt as though he had walked into a temple, not a machine. Every bulkhead was engraved with faint etchings that shimmered when touched. The conduits pulsed with light, alive in ways Federation technology could not replicate. "The plasma conduits are ruptured," Daniel muttered half to himself. "Secondary power grid is fried. And these, whatever they are, look like containment matrices. This is centuries beyond Federation tech." The woman watched him work. She moved with the discipline of a soldier but never removed her helmet, only the faint glow of her eyes visible behind the visor. "You fight with tools, not weapons?" she asked. Daniel chuckled nervously. "I fix things. I don't shoot things." "Yet warriors need both," she replied. Over the following days, Daniel labored aboard her ship. He scavenged station supplies, improvised patchwork repairs, and studied the alien systems with awe. She rarely spoke of herself, only offering fragments, that she was on a mission of survival, that her enemies were ruthless, and that failure was not an option. The crew whispered rumors. Some thought she was a fugitive commander, others a mercenary. Daniel dismissed the speculation. She was a warrior, yes, but nothing more. One evening, after 18 hours of repairs, Daniel collapsed into a chair. "Your ship's drive core is barely stable. If you push it too hard, it'll collapse in on itself." "Then I shall not fail," she answered simply. Her tone carried an authority he couldn't place. It wasn't just determination, it was command. But Daniel was too exhausted to question it. A sudden attack. The truth revealed itself when the enemy came. Post-alarm screamed. Warships, dark and jagged, emerged from the void. They bore insignias unknown to the Federation, an empire of predators. Their weapons locked onto Helios 7. Panic spread among the station crew. The Federation had no war fleet stationed nearby. Helios 7 was defenseless. The alien woman stood tall as the walls shook from the first bombardment. "They have found me," she said calmly. "Then it ends here." Daniel grabbed her arm. "We have to evacuate. You'll be killed." Her helmet retracted, revealing her face for the first time. She was breathtaking, features sharp yet elegant, hair like threads of silver, eyes burning with command. "I am not merely a warrior, Daniel Rourke. I am Empress Serenia of the Lithari Dominion." The words hit like thunder. Daniel's knees nearly gave out. "Empress. As in ruler of an empire." "Yes. My enemies fractured my fleet. I was struck down in battle and left adrift. But even stripped of my throne, I am not defeated. My people still live. And I will not abandon them." Before he could reply, the station shook violently. A missile strike tore through the docking ring. Fires erupted. Gravity failed in sections. Daniel's heart pounded. He wasn't a soldier. He wasn't made for this. But the Empress looked at him, and in that gaze he saw not a queen demanding obedience, but a leader asking for trust. "Engineer," she said, "will you fight beside me?" He swallowed hard. "I can't fight with guns. But I can keep your ship flying." A smile flickered across her lips. "That is enough." Flight of the Empress. The two raced to her ship. Daniel sealed the breaches, rerouted emergency power, and ignited the drive. Enemy fire hammered the outpost as they launched. The alien ship soared into space, still wounded but alive. Daniel manned the systems he barely understood while Serenia commanded with the poise of royalty. She directed maneuvers, anticipating enemy strikes as if born for battle. "Hold the stabilizers steady," she barked. Daniel fought the controls. Sparks exploded across the console, burning his hands. "I'm trying. This thing isn't exactly Federation standard." Her laughter rang, fierce and fearless. "You do well for a man who claims he is not a warrior." The chase carried them through asteroid fields, across shattered moons, and into the veil of a nebula. Every moment tested Daniel's resolve. He was not trained for this. And yet, something in Serenia's presence ignited courage he didn't know he had. When their ship finally broke free of pursuit, Daniel collapsed against the console, chest heaving. "We're alive." Serenia looked at him, pride in her eyes. "No, engineer. We are victorious." The revelation. In the quiet that followed, Daniel pieced together the truth. The Lithari Dominion was one of the great powers of the galaxy, its empress a figure of near myth. For her to be stranded, hunted, and alone, it was unthinkable. "Why tell me?" Daniel asked. "Why trust me with who you are?" Serenia regarded him thoughtfully. "Because when I was nothing but a warrior with a broken ship, you treated me as I was, not with fear nor with greed but with duty. You did not kneel. You did not flatter. You repaired. You endured. Such men are rare in this galaxy." Daniel flushed, unsure how to respond. He wasn't a hero. He was just a man with tools. Yet to her that had been enough. The final battle. Their victory was brief. The enemy fleet regrouped, hunting the Empress. Serenia refused to run forever. She sent a message into the void, calling her scattered forces. And when the final confrontation came, Daniel found himself standing on the bridge of her ship, part of history.